Hey guys, so welcome to an episode of Exploring the North. We're in Colne today. Now I wanted to start up in the countryside because Colne is nestled into the countryside. It is a mill town, but as you can see Pendle Hill over there, it sits, within the vicinity of that. And also most people recognise Colne or Colne, however you like to pronounce it, from Boundary Mill as well, a big outlet store. Yeah, it has what is debatably the world's biggest paving slab, and also a history with the Titanic, the ship that sank on its first voyage as well. So we're going to look at that now in more depth, but we hope you enjoy a little walk around Colne. Now, there's a free car park here. We're parked behind the Wetherspoons, which is a Wallace Hartley Wetherspoons. You can actually just see that over there on the back of the building. If you recognise that name, it's because it's the old bandmaster that went down with the Titanic, and he was the one who instigated that and made the decision to keep playing while the Titanic went down. But we'll give you a little bit more information about him. We'll have a look at his a few plaques about him. But it's also home to the world's biggest paving slab. Now that's a funny little fact, but it seems to have developed a lot of interest recently in that. And it's actually located just underneath or in front of the town hall over there, which you can hear the clock going off for now. So we are now approaching the world's largest single paving slab. So this was laid in 1894 when the town hall was built. It's 10 foot by 9 foot, but it was actually cut down, I've heard. It used to be bigger, and then when they widened the road, they actually cut it down. It came from a quarry over in Haslingden, or Clough Old. How they got it here when it weighs 2 tons, I have no idea. And how do you even lay something like that? The manpower that must have gone into getting it here and laying it is quite unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, it's the largest single paving slab in the country, or possibly even the world. An interesting fact about Colne, I was told in the past, is that apparently from the end of every street you can actually see a hill. So as you can see here, we're going down New Market Street. That's known for its micro bars and breweries. So we've got the Cask and Keg, Boyce's Barrel, a little sort of niche street where you can come and listen to a band and have a beer in a cool little bar. So that's New Market Street. I don't actually know the history of this pub, but it says the Derby Arms 1887. I've always wondered what that's all about. Well, obviously it was a pub, but when did it shut? I'm not really sure. And then we've got the Hippodrome down here, another historical building where they now host like events and things like plays and theatre productions. The Hippodrome, I'll just actually show you on this board the kind of thing they do there. There's even more than I remember down here now. There's Jim's Acoustic Cafe, vegetarian restaurant. Seems to be growing in popularity, this little strip of shops here, and micro bars. And over there we have the Wallace Hartley Wetherspoons, named after that bandmaster from the Titanic. Yeah, and another reason that Wallace Hartley is so big round here is because he was born and raised here, and I have been told he used to work in this bank as well, on the corner of New Market Street. As you can see, Colne is surrounded by hills, and it's a very hilly town. If you've got a bad handbrake, you don't want to come to Colne, or if your car struggles with power, you don't want to come to Colne because there's hills everywhere. And on this little loop round the centre of Colne, this is a road that loops around the high street in the centre of the town. They actually, once a year, they have a bike race here. So that's quite a fun thing to come and experience. They seal off the road, they have a bike race. Other things they have a soapbox derby where they go down the main high street. The Rhythm and Blues Festival, that's here once a year on the August bank holiday, that is. And another claim to fame for Colne is that this building here is called Central Hall, and that was supposedly the world's first purpose-built cinema, built in 1907. Although that claim is disputed a little bit online. There are a few interesting shops in the town centre, and the odd cafe, but by and large it's not much interesting going on in the town centre. There's a market hall, and there's a Tesco and a co-op. So we've now come down to a building called the Gables down in Colne, on Albert Road, to this monument of Wallace Hartley. So he's Colne's most famous son, he's called. I will show you a little board in a minute giving you a bit more information about him. Born in Colne, his dad was a mill manager. Yeah, so the mill Wallace Hartley's father used to run was in down at Greenfield Mill. So this apartment block here now, well, it's apartments now, used to be a house built for a mill owner in 1907. Actually, even though it says 1907 up there, it's actually built in 1867. and it was converted into a library in 1907. That's why it says 1907 on there. Because Colne used to have 55 different mills, and this is actually a gas lamp from 1840 from the Croft Terrace at Waterside. Sadly, the top of it isn't on anymore. But yeah, 1840, so how long ago is that? 180 years? It's a long time, isn't it? This is an old horse mount as well. People used to walk up that and stand on it to get on the horses. There used to be trams running up actually through the middle of town. And Albert Road here just used to be a big tram line, I think, running up all the way into the middle of Colne Centre. So here we have a model of the famous Titanic ship. Went down on its first voyage, didn't it? It was supposed to be unsinkable. Wallace Hartley was the bandmaster on there, and he just carried on playing, as we saw in the film, didn't we? He kept the band playing while it sank, just to keep everyone's morale up and keep everyone in a good frame of mind in the worst of situations. It really is an amazing story, isn't it? Wallace Hartley, bandmaster of the Titanic, born and raised in Colne, born in 1878, worked at the Craven and Union Bank, where Barclays Bank, it says stands today, but it's not there anymore. It's not a Barclays Bank now. Picked up a violin for the first time, aged 11 and 12, part of an orchestra. Yeah, there's a bit more information here. So they ended up on the Titanic. The band kept the passengers' spirits up with ragtime and other cheerful music. So the bandsmen showed great bravery during the 2 hours and 40 minutes it took the Titanic to sink. There's no record of anyone attempting to enter the lifeboat themselves to save themselves, and their efforts to calm the passengers. Not one of the band survived the disaster, which claimed 1,502 lives. The body of Wallace Hartley was brought back to Colne on 17th of May 1912, where it lay overnight in the Bethel Chapel until it was laid to rest in Colne Cemetery. We'll try and find the grave in a little bit and just show you that. Amazing, really. It said over 40,000 people lined the streets of Colne for the funeral. And then they had a memorial service at the Albert Hall in London, the 24th of May 1912, and 500 musicians came together from 7 of the world's best orchestras to form the largest orchestra ever assembled to commemorate and honour him. Absolutely amazing stuff. And this here was the route they took for his funeral, up through the main street, the main high street in Colne, Albert Road, to the cemetery up at the top, up on Keighley Road, and we'll head up there and have a look at that. So as you can tell from the name of the chip shop over there, very good chip shop that, by the way, we're going to head into the cemetery now and try and find Wallace Hartley's grave. Yeah, so this is the gravestone of Wallace Hartley then. It's interesting seeing his father's initials on the top there as well. Yeah, his dad was called Albion Hartley. It was located right near the bottom of the cemetery, by the way, with lovely views surrounding. And in that little thicket of trees you can see at the bottom there, there's a river, and you can walk along that from Colne into Trawden. So you might want to come and do a walk and visit this along the way. We were hoping we might find the other Hartley of Hartley's Jam in here somewhere, but they're proving harder to find than you think, these stones, these gravestones. But yeah, the creator of Hartley's Jam was also born in Colne, so it's a popular name here. And he moved to Southport after starting his business, so it might be in here, it might not. But another interesting fact about Colne. And his family actually played a part in building historically Wycoller Hall, which is located at Wycoller Country Park. We have a video about that on the channel, so I'll link to that now. Hope you enjoy that as well. If you've enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a like. And thanks for watching. And from Exploring the North until next time, bye for now.